Right now, a local healthcare center is now dealing with nearly 20 new cases. Masonicare tells Eyewitness News more than a dozen patients, along with some staff members, recently did test positive. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland is live with the mobile newsroom. He's in Wallingford right now with more on how the nursing home is changing some of what they're doing. Matt?
Well, hi there, Mark. Well, Masonicare tells us it was about 2 weeks ago when this staffer started feeling under the weather, got tested. Turns out that staffer had COVID, and so did a number of coworkers and patients. 14 patients and 5 staffers on a floor inside the Masonicare Health Center in Wallingford recently tested positive for COVID-19.
Folks inside of nursing homes and folks outside of nursing homes are all capable of still contracting this, but with a vaccine, it can result in a much different end result.
And that's likely because Masonicare says everyone who tested positive had already been vaccinated.
This is such a stark contrast from a year ago, where we saw COVID positive cases that were very symptomatic, highly symptomatic. We're not seeing that now. We're seeing folks with no symptoms and we're telling them that they tested positive. We're seeing folks with very mild symptoms. There is nobody with respiratory distress.
When asked today about Connecticut's rising COVID numbers and if he was worried about nursing homes, Governor Ned Lamont had this to say.
These are mainly private enterprises, so I haven't gotten into mandating to a private enterprise, this is what you got to do. But if I see this ramping up, maybe we step in. In the meantime, I hope they do the right thing.
And Colette with Masonicare stresses it already made a number of changes in the last 2 weeks. While masks have always been a must, it also returned to a number of steps it was taking at the height of the pandemic, specifically testing.
All Masonicare Health Center employees have to be tested again. We had stopped that early in June. The center was clear from COVID and it wasn't necessary. We were just doing antigen testing if somebody was symptomatic. So now we're back to weekly testing again for all employees, regardless of where you work in the healthcare center. COVID is out there. It's not going away, at least not in our foreseeable future. So the vaccine has proven to be a formidable tool.
Now the facility is open to visitors, but that impacted floor remains off limit as those who are positive are quarantining right now. So what's next? Masonicare says that it's going to continue with the testing. They'll continue to do that weekly testing until the last person infected has been clear for 2 weeks. They say after that, they'll then go back to the antigen testing. We're live with the mobile newsroom in Wallingford. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.